I want y'all to see me. Ric Flair said, if you don't like it, learn to love it. If you don't like it, learn to love it. Next slide. 1973, the Zulu Kings, foundational Black Americans. Huh? Got to remember, Bambaataa was originally a savage nomad. Many of the savage nomads, got absorbed into the Black Spades. And Bam became a warlord within a division of the Black Spades. But the first division was in Bronxdale Projects. And it was founded by Guru and this other brother named, I forgot his name. But Guru, they were the original founders of the Black Spades. Next slide. We got the Zulu Kings again. Foundational Black American stuff. Huh? Next slide.
Yep.
So now we got 1979, the Rock Steady crew. They're the ones that put cardboard out there and start breakdancing. Because originally, the original burners and breakdancers, they were breakdancing on concrete. And this is the difference between the original B-boy breakdancers versus the Hispanic breakdancers that were doing a mixture of breakdancing, burning, and up rock. This is the difference. The original B-boy breakdancers of Bronxdale boys, when they were B-boying, they were B-boying on the beat. They were on the beat. They were on the beat. And even when they broke, when you get the break and they drop it to the floor, everything was on, it was in a rhythm. When the Hispanics came and they start bringing more acrobats and stuff, they were off beat. That's the difference. The original B-boys, the foundational African Americans, they were on beat. Later, when cats like Rocksteady and all them came, they were off beat. Next slide. So now we got here Jocko the Bear Henderson. He played on WOV 1280 in New York. He had that song, that rap, Jocko, Jocko, where you at? Jocko, Jocko, where you at? Right? And he is one of the fathers of down south toasting, which later became Jamaican toasting and later reggae. And what happened after the Second World War, there were many free radios that were given by the British government to Jamaican citizens. And what they were doing, they were connecting to the down south disc jockeys. And one of them was Jocko the Bear Henderson. And they start learning how to toast from Jocko, and that toasting later became known as sky music and all that type of stuff. Next slide. Jocko, Jocko, where you at? There go Jocko, or our DJ Jocko Henderson entertain. So the original DJs came from the disc jockeys from the radios down south. And many of these people down south went up north. And the DJs went from being behind in the studio to outside in the parks. From the studios to the nightclubs, which is known as discotheques. Remember when Big Daddy Kane said, rock the discotheque. Set it all, a boom, boom, back. Set it all, a boom, boom, back. Right?
Yeah.
So this concept of the DJ come from down south and went up north. Next slide. We have here the first Grandmaster, Grandmaster Flowers. May he rest in completeness within the Azuletic world of existence and pure will. He was the very first Grandmaster. The reason why they had Grandmaster, because they was into martial arts. Later on, Grandmaster Flash took that name because Flash originally was a b-boy. And he wound up taking the name Grandmaster because they was all dealing in martial arts and different stuff like that. So the original Grandmaster was from out of Brooklyn, New York, a foundational African-American by the name of Grandmaster Flowers. Next slide. We got our man DJ Hollywood. He's very controversial, and he was also in the documentary by Tariq Nasheed, Microphone Check. And a lot of people that's into hip hop shun him and consider him a disco DJ because he was playing for like the rich crowd out in Harlem, cats that was getting money. They was wearing, suits and, shoes and stuff like that. But he also was the founder of rap music. He's the one that was spitting, the first to actually spit it. You see what I'm saying? Even though he was a disco DJ, but you can't take DJ Hollywood from out of the equation because he helped to shape what became known as the rhythm of the rap sound that we got today. Next slide. Foundational Black American. Give a shout out to DJ FaZe right there. All money goes to the Cash App of DJ FaZe. That's DJ FaZe right there. A founding father of hip hop. Not a member, but a founding father of hip hop. Put that Cash App up so the people will know to send to DJ FaZe. So we can continue on with the projects on the Culture 1971. There he is right there. He was original Baby Spade, known as the Drummer Boy. And he also was original member of the late DJ Disco King Mario's group, the Chuck Chuck City Crew. You see what I'm saying? Go to the next slide. So now we got In the Name of Allah, in the name of arm, leg, arm, head, arm, leggy, leggy, arm, head, I'm Allah.
Peace to the gods.
The nation of gods on earth, formerly known as the 5%. Rocking in my b-boy stands. They got that b-boy stance from the nation of gods and earth and hip hop.
Standing on your square.
I bomb atomically. Socrates' philosophies are hypocrisies. Can't define how I be dropping these mockeries. Lyrically perform armed robbery. Flee with the lottery. Possibly they spot at me. Star Shogun. Explosion when my pin hits. Tremendous. Shout out to Inspector Death. 5%. Secret evidence and documents of how they raped the continents because it's the prominent, dominant Islamic, Asiatic, Black Hebrew. The year 2002, the battle still with the woo. 6 million devils has died from the bubonic flu. RZA.
Or the Bolo virus, or the reign of King Cyrus. You can see the weakness of a man right through his iris.
Right through his iris.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember the 5 elements. Where your receipts at? This is foundational Black American that found this. Next slide. Let's find out. So we got here in Harlem in the center is the late Clarence 13X. Also known in the writing, known as the Bomb. His name is Puddin', also known as Father Law. He originally came out of the Nation of Islam. He was a part of the number 7 Mosque in Harlem, New York. He branched off and created the Nation of 5%. Those that know the truth, hear the truth, speak the truth. You 85ers, you don't know the truth, you don't hear the truth, and you don't speak the truth. And you 10%ers, you know the truth, you hear the truth, but you don't speak the truth. That's like Fat Joe. That's like Mav Hoffa. That's like Pete Rock. That's like Busta Rhymes. That's like Evil D. Next slide. There go Father Law right there. He was from Virginia. He was from Virginia. Clarence 13X was from Virginia.
Danville.
And he went to Harlem.
Danville, Virginia.
Next slide.
Danville, Virginia, to be exact.
Say where?
Danville, Virginia, to be exact.
Absolutely. And look at them 5% standing in my B-boy stands.
Standing on the square.
Standing in my B-boy stands.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to see where the Hispanics was doing this stuff in Puerto Rico. You ain't gonna find it. What was the dominant culture? Foundational Black American culture. This is light work. This is light work. Go to the next slide. This is light work. That was the first newspaper, the first 5% newspaper. Next slide. Look, what did it say? 5% Nation and hip hop. Puerto Ricans got involved in the 5% Nation later. The first person actually that was a 5% that wasn't a foundational African American, he was a white boy.
Azrael.
And he's still alive.
Azrael.
And he walked with Clarence 13X.
That was Azrael.
Ooh.
That was Azrael.
Ooh.
Yep.
What's his name?
Azrael.
That's his name, right? Standing in my B-boy stands.
Yep.
Next slide. Blow that up. Y'all seen the universal flag of the 5% Nation? Here's the flag of the Hebrew Israelite nation, right? Red, white, blue, purple, and gold. The stones is for the 12 tribes. The menorah with the enlightenment is the enlightenment of Yahweh, Yah consciousness. Next slide. Blue is for the enlightenment. Purple, the royalty. The red, the blood. The gold is the strength, which is also a mineral. Next slide. So we got the late Adonenu Rabbeinu Ben Ami Ben Yisrael HaMoshiach. Why? Why am I showing this? Because even though we got the oldest documented records of the Israelites in the United States in 1798, but we're shooting in the 60s to show the conscious influences of hip hop. Killer Priest Hebrew Israelite, early natives related to the thrones of David, captured by some patriots and thrown on slave ships. They stripped us naked, Waddy Wise picked their favorite, lives are wasted in the hands of the hated, driven from the garden. Now we're starving in Amara and Sodom, they call it Harlem, worldly problems got us at the bottom. Got the righteous grab an ice pick, seeking psychics for advices. I stay in ciphers. My life is connected to the second son of Isaac's. Talking, you hear that? Which is Jacob, which hold the tight grip of the heels of his brother, revealed to his mother, the elders to serve the younger, words heard and thunder. We hear it. We hear it. Me. Blood of the Holy Grail, who's really Israel, foretell the end of Idumean cells, trapped in the cell, bound on earth and live in hell. Nightfall, Lost soul wolves consume Judah, false news. Daughters of Zion sing the blues. Where Yasha Allah swing from nooses, the youth lose. Where bishops Jews with blasting tools manufactured by fake Jews in three-piece suits, living off of lawsuits. Happiness pursued for those cruising Bohemian grows. Ami sacrificed by Peter Parker, Klansman, black mass in the dark, and tunnel vision, stalking like a hawk hunting. Right? This influence of hip-hop consciousness, fifth element of hip-hop. There are 5 elements of hip-hop, right? Y'all hear this? So you see the Nation of Gods and Earth influence in the hip-hop. You see the Hebrew Israelite influence in hip-hop. Hellraiser, Israelite. Murdered Pablo and framed us as drug dealers. Cocaine with no shame. They caught Charlie Parker hitting his dope vein. Right? For rare hook to Demona. Right? Bang Bang Maccabee. Affiliation. United Snakes of America, God. Master 1+9. Building with Hebrews and Israelites. Trap by Iron Gate, United Snakes. Nas. I wear East Coast Killer, West Coast Killer. I wear a turban and spike like an Israelite. Israelite likeness that made me write this. That's Nas, right? Right? Lost Tribe of Shabazz, free at last. Brand new whips to crash. Don't the Nation Gods and Earths and the Nation of Islam say they from the tribe of Shabazz? You see what I'm doing to y'all, tethers? Where your receipts at? Next slide. So we see the Israelites in the late 60s, early 70s, this 50 years ago, in Israel, left from Chicago, Detroit, pockets of Philadelphia, New York. They dipped and they moved to Israel. This is the community I'm a part of. All connected to hip hop. Next slide. You see us right there, back in the early 70s, late 60s. That's in Israel, Demona. Next slide. Got you covered. There we go, 50 years. That's in the late 60s right there, early 70s. Gotcha. Next slide, Kodak Moment. This was made in the 1970s, a classic. You can watch it on YouTube, Gospel in the Holy Land. All this is a part of the experience of brewing hip hop. Because over in Demona, what you got? Bane Blackwell, the Messianic Sons. This is all born in, told you them 60s is the key to settling all this nonsense about who created hip hop. Next slide. Now we got the Nation of Islam. Salam alaikum, brother. Bean pie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Get that final call, brother man. Next slide. That's the Nation of Islam flag. Freedom, justice, and equality. May the late foundational Black American, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, rest in completeness within the Azulegic world of existence and pure will. He only had a 5th grade education and created an empire. Huh? Y'all didn't know that?
I think it was a 3rd grade.
Say that one more time.
I think it was a third grade education.
Yeah, 3rd grade education. Excuse me, 3rd grade education. Huh? And guess where the Nation of Islam originated in? Detroit. Ooh. Notice how I'm showing the elements of hip hop. They existed amongst us, but in different areas in the United States. But it was the black spades, baby spades, and young spades that took all these elements and they codified it and born the culture. Ooh. If you don't like it, like Ric Flair said, learn to love it. What he say? Ain't that what he say? You know when Ric Flair be smoking this marijuana with Mike Tyson, and he get the dancing and all that. And where Ric Flair learned to be jive. Right. Diamond dripping. We say diamond wearing, champagne dripping. Huh?
Right down here.
Shout out to Ric Flair, man. Nature boy Ric Flair. That's for you tethers that say y'all created hip hop when y'all know y'all didn't. Next slide. Look at the militancy, the organization of the Nation of Islam. Come on, man. We gotta stop. We gotta stop playing games, man. Hip hop was created by foundational Black Americans. I'm showing you knowledge. Nation, Gods, and Earth. Hebrew Israelites. Nation of Islam. Next slide. Next slide. Look at our brother Malcolm X, the spokesman for the Nation of Islam. Who are you looking up to? And give a shout out to Sheikh Rivera. Much respect to him. You know what I mean? One of the revolutionary pioneers. But here in the wilderness of North America, we got Malcolm X, and Sheikh Rivera and Malcolm X, they were good friends, by the way. Next slide. Look at the modesty of our sisters at this time in the Nation of Islam, the Hebrew Israelites, the Moors. We're about to get into the Moors next. Next slide. Look at us. Orderly fashion. Real womanhood. The daughters of Zion, rising. Huh? Where y'all movements at like this? This the 60s. Remember the dominant culture, everyone? Remember the atmosphere? Because to understand hip hop, you got to understand the environment. You got to understand the environment. Next slide. So now we got our brother, Noble Drew Ali.
Black Noble Drew Ali.
Some people know Black Noble Drew Ali. That's amazing. Gun in your mouth, verbal foul hawk. Make my man chow walk. Most Def or more. Salaga, Ciroc is a more. Let's get one thing crystal clear. Huh? Bahamadia, Nuwabia Nation of Moors. My auric is psychedelic, flow not prehistoric, metamorphic. Sit back and park your ass like Jurassic and check the matrix. Completion like, she said, completion like 7 will overshadow the 666. Content team physics. Wisdom like 5%ers when doing mathematics. I flip scripts like acrobatics. Moors. Knowledge. To the east, my brother, to the east. Come on, brother J, what you say? What you say? Yeah. Professor X, which is the son of Sonny Carson. the late Professor X. I'm that type of nigga who will pull the trigger, right? Sissies, right? That was Nubian Nation of Moors right there. You got different fractions of Moors, but they all Moors, right? Huh? Knowledge. Thus far, I showed graffiti, foundational Black American experience. Rapping, foundational Black American experience. DJing, foundational Black American experience. B-boying, which is breakdancing and pop lock, foundational Black American experience. And then I didn't even get to touch up on the West Coast with the electric boogaloo and pop locking with cats like Rerun, huh? Turbo on Zone, Turbo Shrimp, Rest and Completeness to the late On Zone, huh? The electric boogaloo. I said, we don't skip to my loo, we boogaloo, electric spark, metal, Led Zeppelin, blood in my eye, call me the rebel. Right? Boogaloo Shrimp still alive, aka Turbo. Remember he was doing all that pop locking and he was floating the broom and all that on breaking. Dun, 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 dun. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Y'all ain't, come on, man. Next slide. There goes Noble Drew Ali right there. Come on. Standing in the square of truth. What you talking about? Where your foundational leaders at? Knowledge. Standing at my B-boy stands. I'm repeating this and being facetious at the same time because this argument, for real, is stupid. It's a stupid argument to believe that West Indians or Hispanics created hip hop. It's just the dumbest argument ever. Next slide. Come on. You see that picture, God?
Yeah,
right?
You know I see
it. Right. You know I had to do this for you. And that's why I did it last. The closeout. The closeout. The closeout. Huh? I proved the fifth element of hip hop is influenced by Hebrew Israelites, Moors, Nation Gods of Earth, Nation of Islam, Black Power, Black Panthers, Black Liberation Army, the Civil Rights Movement, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Clarence 13X, Elijah Muhammad, Sweet Daddy Grace, Father Divine, St. John the Divine, Clarence 13X, Noble Drew Ali, Albert Cleage, Reverend Albert Cleage, huh? Reverend Ike, huh? Next slide. That's for you, brother. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Right? What y'all talking about, man? This argument is beyond dumb. This argument is beyond dumb, and they know it. Give a shout out to the Moore Science Temple of America that started in 1913 in New Jersey and then went to Chicago. Right or wrong, God?
Right.
Next slide. Giving all praise and honor to Yahweh, the supreme, intelligent, powerful one of our forefathers, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, those striving for righteousness. I say it to the family, Shalom Aleichem. It's definitely an honor and a privilege to be here on this on Let's Think podcast. If there's any like questions, anybody want me to answer, I mean, shout out to my Philadelphia 76ers. I'm saying, feel free.